Our planet is heating up faster than ever before in human history. But what's really causing it? What are the consequences? And can we still turn things around? Welcome back, your source for deeper stories behind global headlines. Today, we're diving into the truth behind climate change, what it is, why it's happening, and what we can do before it's too late. Let's start with the basics. Climate change refers to long-term changes in temperature, precipitation, wind patterns, and other elements of Earth's climate system. It's not just about hotter summers, it's about global patterns that shift over decades or even centuries. Historically, Earth has gone through many natural climate shifts, like ice ages and warming periods. But here's the big difference. Today's climate change is driven by human activity, and it's happening at an unprecedented speed. Since 1982, the planet has warmed by 0.3 degrees every decade. That might not sound like much, but when applied across the entire planet, those changes become massive, altering entire ecosystems, coastlines, and weather systems. Skeptical? Don't be. Scientists aren't guessing. They track climate history using ice cores, tree rings, coral reefs, and sediment layers. These natural records allow scientists to reconstruct temperatures and CO2 levels going back hundreds of thousands, even millions of years. Today's data, especially from satellites since the 1970s, show an undeniable trend. Earth is heating up. Since the Industrial Revolution, global temperatures have risen by about 1.8 degrees Celsius. That might seem small, but here's the catch. 2/3 of that warming has occurred since 1975. So what's behind this dramatic change? One word: greenhouse gases. Primarily carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, and nitrous oxide. These gases trap heat in Earth's atmosphere, just like the glass walls of a greenhouse. The biggest culprits? Burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas for electricity, transport, and industry. Deforestation. Trees absorb CO2, and when they're cut down, not only is that CO2 absorption lost, but the carbon stored in the trees is released. Agriculture, especially livestock like cows and sheep, which emit methane. Before industrialization, atmospheric CO2 was about 280 ppm, parts per million. As of 2021, it's 419 ppm, the highest level in over 800,000 years. Let's talk about what this warming world looks like. 1. Melting ice. Arctic sea ice is vanishing, even the oldest, thickest ice. Scientists warn that we could see an ice-free Arctic summer as early as 2040. 2. Rising seas. Global sea levels have risen by 8 to 9 inches, 21 to 24 centimeters, since 1880. That's already causing 3 to 9 times more coastal flooding in some U.S. cities. 3. Ocean acidification. Oceans absorb CO2, creating carbonic acid. This has made surface waters 30% more acidic since the 1700s, threatening corals, shellfish, and marine food chains. 4. Extreme weather. Wildfires have more than doubled in size and frequency. Droughts are becoming longer and more intense. Spring is arriving earlier, confusing ecosystems and agriculture. And here's the human cost. About 3.6 billion people, nearly half the planet, live in areas highly vulnerable to climate impacts. We've already made irreversible changes, but it's not too late to act. Even if we stopped all emissions today, the CO2 already in the atmosphere would continue to warm the planet for decades. That's why scientists are developing carbon capture technologies to suck CO2 out of the air. The most ambitious effort so far is the Paris Agreement, a global treaty signed by 195 nations aiming to limit warming to below 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Celsius. But here's the truth. Most countries are falling short, and the U.S. withdrew from the agreement in 2025 under President Donald Trump's second term, severely weakening global momentum. Climate change isn't just a government issue, it's personal. Here's how you can help. Reduce your carbon footprint. Walk, bike, or use public transit. Switch to renewable energy where possible. Consume less. Buy local. Reduce plastic. Waste less food. Vote for leaders who prioritize climate policy. Raise awareness. Talk about climate change. Share facts and inspire action. Climate change is the greatest challenge of our time and the greatest opportunity. an opportunity to rethink how we live, what we value, and how we care for this fragile planet. If we act now, collectively and courageously, we can still shape a future where people and nature thrive together. What are you doing to fight climate change? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Let's spread awareness and spark action.